Hey, thanks for tuning in for football predictions and wine pairings with me, Francis. Now, if you noticed, I wasn't here last week, but I did post from the airport, so as you can tell, I was out of town. So I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm right back at it. And this week we have a game that will probably be interesting for about one quarter. And we're going to see the Washington Commanders at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Commanders are 3-4. The Chiefs are 4-3. Ironically, even though their records are not really that close, they are both in third place in their divisions. So that's kind of interesting that's happening. Now, a few things to know about this game tonight. Kansas City has beaten Washington the last 9 times that they've gotten together. So the last time that Washington was able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs was in 1983. All right. So we're talking a very long time ago. Also, I want to point out that Kansas City is 20-9 on Monday Night Football when they are at home. So obviously I'm picking the Chiefs, as if those stats weren't enough. On top of that, for Washington, their star quarterback is out with a injured hand. Their star receivers, Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuels, are also out. That means they're going to be playing their backup quarterback, and who knows who's going to be catching for them. So there's like almost no way that they can win tonight. Now, I have to say, I have been wrong on the last few games, and it's been wildly crazy to me. The one thing that I will have to say about this football season, more so than others in the past, is like on any given week, anybody can win, and that is not a guarantee. I mean, hell, the Jets just won yesterday, and they were 0-7 coming into the game. So anybody can win anytime. Go ahead and take the Chiefs because basically they're a lock. They are starting their ascension back up to like where they should be as one of the better teams, even though they're in third place in their own division. That doesn't matter. They're going to make the playoffs. All right, let's talk about the wine. So I happened to find something very interesting. I did not know that it was wine or being made for wine. And today's wine is Sparkling from Death Row Records. Okay, I didn't know this was a thing. This is a non-vintage sparkling wine, and it was pretty tough to find out information about what's actually in the bottle. What I do know is that this is from 2022. It's made in Ceres, California, which is in Southern California. Now, it says that it's a blend, but it never lists what it's a blend of. Based on having consumed it and knowing that it's a sparkling wine, I'm pretty confident that one of the main grapes in here is Chardonnay. They may have chosen Riesling or even Chenin Blanc to kind of fill it out for the rest of the blend. Now, Death Row is actually the name, and the label is owned by Snoop Dogg. And if you didn't know, Snoop Dogg has a series of wines from 19 Crimes, which is made by an Australian wine company called Treasury Estate Wines. And so they are responsible for making this also, but under a different name. There is also a red wine that is available under Death Row Wines. So let's kind of talk a little bit more about the wine. So when you look in the glass, you'll see right here that it's got like a really great kind of a light gold color. And, you know, it has a moderate amount of bubbles happening in here, which is pretty good. On the nose, it smells like yeast. So whenever you're having a sparkling wine, you want it to smell like yeast because that means they were putting yeast in it to make the fermentation, which results in the bubbles. Now, it also smells like citrus. Now, one of the things was I thought it smelled a little bit like corn, and that was kind of an interesting smell. And just to let you know, I smelled it in different places in my house because I thought, oh, maybe there's some residual corn smell where I'm standing. But it smells a little corny. On the tongue, right when you first start, it is getting a little bit of a lemon peel and golden apple, and it has some residual sugar, so the finish is kind of sweet. Overall, I thought this wine was not bad. I think I paid about $10 for it. I bought it more out of curiosity than anything else. If you have $10, do it. You know, if you're curious like me, this is another wine that is a great choice for blending. So we're talking, you know, Bellini, Mimosa, Aperol Spritz. This is a great wine because it's a good price point and it's not super terrible. All right, let's recap it for tonight. Go ahead and take the Chiefs. They just win on Monday night. Also, they know how to beat the Washington Commanders. And for curiosity and mixed drinks, go ahead and get Death Row Records sparkling wine from California. Cheers.